Hi students, welcome to today's video. Today, let us go through the topic ribosomes, some aspects of ribosomes. Ribosomes, the term will be familiar to you, I am sure. Then, what is ribosome? Ribosome is a cell organelle and it is different from other cell organelles in the respect of its membrane. Ribosome is not having any membrane, so it is not a membrane bound organelle. And also, this organelle, ribosome, is present in both prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Coming to the discovery, it was discovered in 1950 by a cell biologist, Romanian cell biologist George Palade. And after the discovery, he observed the ribosomes as small dense granules under the microscope. And later on, a brief experiment was conducted by some others. In that experiment, what they have done is they administered radioactively labeled amino acids into a cell. A short pulse of radioactive amino acids was given to a cell, and this radioactivity was found not in the nucleus but in the cytoplasm. That means the protein synthesis. These amino acids are what are they needed for? They are needed for protein synthesis. And these amino acids should be triggered to the path where protein synthesis occurs, right? So when these radioactively labeled amino acids was given to the cell, that radioactivity was seen not in the nucleus but in the cytoplasm. That means protein synthesis occurs in the cytoplasm. So thus it was clear. And here in this figure, it demonstrates the what we call as central dogma phenomenon. We call it like that. Here, this is the double. Sorry, it is a mistake here. This is a double-stranded DNA. This DNA, we know that all the genetic informations are coded in the DNA. So the protein sequence is also the gene for a protein sequence will be also there in the DNA. That gene is transcribed to a mRNA. This mRNA is then exported to cytoplasm through this nuclear pore complex. This is known as nuclear pore complex. This one is the nucleus, and this is the nucleus, and this is the cytoplasm. So from the nucleus, transcription occurs and this mRNA is transported to the cytoplasm. Here in the cytoplasm, ribosomes are found not as assembled ribosomes but as larger and smaller subunit will be seen as separate. As soon as this mRNA comes to the cytoplasm, both the larger subunit and smaller subunit assemble to form the mature ribosome, and this ribosome carries out the process known as translation. We can see the amino acid chain here. Amino acids are being added on to the chain and this protein is being translated. So this is how all these matters occur. Then coming into the structure, ribosome has two main constituent elements. That is, I have already mentioned that ribosome is not a membrane bound organelle but it is a ribonucleoprotein, because it is called ribonucleoprotein because it has mRNA, that is ribonucleic acid, and proteins. Both these are combined to form ribonucleoprotein complex. So ribosomes are ribonucleoprotein complexes. And it has two main subunits, that is a larger subunit and a smaller subunit. Let us see the details on it. Regarding the subunits, both the prokaryotic cell and eukaryotic cells are having some difference. That is, in prokaryotic cell, the larger subunit is 50S, smaller subunit is 30S, and the total ribosomal complex will be 70S. While in case of eukaryotic cells, the larger subunit is 60S, smaller is 40S, and the total ribosomal complex is 80S. That is the difference. See, in this figure it is clear. We can see a prokaryotic ribosome and a eukaryotic ribosome. Here in the prokaryotic ribosome, this is the larger subunit. This is the larger subunit, and this one is the smaller subunit. Larger subunit is 50s and smaller subunit is 30s. And see what all components are there, what all RNAs are there in larger subunit. Larger subunit has the 5s rRNA and also a 23s rRNA. I am calling it rRNA because those RNAs which constitute the ribosome are known as ribosomal RNA or rRNA. So in prokaryotic larger subunit they have 5s rRNA and 23s rRNA. While in the smaller subunit it has only a single RNA, that is the 16s RNA. So this is all about the RNA composition of prokaryotic ribosome. Coming to the eukaryotic ribosome, it has 3 different types of RNAs in the larger subunit. Here they have only 2, here they have 3 different types of RNAs. It is 5s RNA, 5.8s rRNA and 28s rRNA. The difference is 5s is common for prokaryotic and eukaryotic. They both have this 5s, and instead of 23s rRNA, eukaryote has 28s rRNA. And the additional rRNA found is known as 5.8s rRNA. That is the difference. So that is all about the larger subunit. And coming to the smaller subunit, here they have 16s rRNA. Instead, eukaryotic ribosome has 18s rRNA. So in total, they have eukaryotic ribosome has 4 different rRNAs, while prokaryotic ribosome has 3 different rRNAs. And coming to the greater details, here prokaryotic ribosome, they have, we can see in this figure, 23s rRNA and a 5s rRNA combines with several of proteins. These proteins, a total of 31 different proteins, and all together they form the larger subunit. Okay, 23s rRNA, 5s rRNA and several different proteins, about 31 different proteins. All this combined to form the 50s subunit or the larger subunit. While in case of smaller subunit of prokaryotes, it has 16s rRNA and several different proteins, about 21 different proteins in average, and 16s plus different proteins combined to form the 30s subunit or the smaller subunit. This larger subunit and the smaller subunit assemble to form the complete mature 70s ribosome of prokaryotes. That is all about them. And now eukaryotic ribosome. In eukaryotes, they have, the larger subunit has 28s rRNA and a 5s rRNA. You can see a smaller 5.8s rRNA here. So you have a 28s, 5.8s and 5s rRNA plus several of more than 50 different types of proteins. These 4 components combine to form the 60s subunit or the larger subunit of eukaryotes. And coming to the smaller subunit, it has 18s rRNA plus 33 different proteins, 18s, and these proteins combine to form the smaller subunit, 40s smaller subunit. The 60s larger and 40s smaller subunit combine and assemble together to form the 80s mature ribosome of eukaryotes. And coming to the assembly, here in this figure you can see a DNA cluster here, that is known as rDNA cluster. rDNA, it is called rDNA because it codes for the rRNA that is needed for the ribosome. So the gene which codes for the ribosomal RNA are called rDNA, and this rDNA cluster is found in the nucleolus. So nucleolus is the place where the ribosomal RNAs and the proteins are being synthesized and assembled. Sorry, not assembled there completely, but partially. And this rDNA cluster undergoes transcription and pre-rRNA is synthesized. From this pre-rRNA, it undergoes cleavage and three different types of rRNAs are formed. That is the 18S, 5.8S and 28S. Three different rRNAs are formed from this pre-rRNA. And these three rRNAs are then taken out to the nucleoplasm. This is the nucleolus and this is the nucleoplasm. And in the nucleoplasm they assemble with the other proteins also and form the pre-larger subunit and pre-smaller subunit. And see here you can see the 5S rRNA. We have only these three different rRNAs here. This rRNA, that is the 5S rRNA, is transcribed not in the nucleolus. It is the gene for 5S rRNA is not found in this cluster, but it is found in a separate region of the DNA. So it is transcribed in other region of the nucleus and it is brought to here in this place for assembly. And here all these rRNAs and proteins assemble to form the pre-larger subunit and pre-smaller subunit, and then these subunits are exported to the cytoplasm through the nuclear pore complex. And after export in the cytoplasm they remain as separate entities, that is the larger subunit and smaller subunit are found as separate bodies, but they assemble or combine to form the mature ribosome only when they come to meet a mRNA for translation. So this is all about, so they assemble or mature or combine to a whole ribosome only when they are in the vicinity of a mRNA. And you can see the ribosome attached to mRNA and undergoing translation. And also one mRNA is not attached by a single ribosome. Several of the ribosome come and attach to the mRNA and move in a step-like manner, and we can see a structure which is similar to a beads on a string-like model. So several of these ribosome attach and it resemble, the mRNA resemble as the string and this ribosome resemble as beads. So that type of structure is called as polyribosomes. Several ribosomes attached to a single mRNA. That structure is called polyribosomes. And please note that it is important question. You can get this question for several of your examinations for 1 mark or 2 mark as short questions. So please note that it is an important question. So that is all for today. Hope you all understood. Thank you.